Beautiful people, welcome back to a channel where we don't just skim the surface. We dive into the depths of what makes Sigma personalities so extraordinary. Today, we're tackling something that society often raises an eyebrow at. Why do Sigma females talk to themselves? Is it a sign of brilliance, introspection, or just plain oddity? Spoiler alert, it's a superpower. And by the end of this video, you'll be itching to start your own monologue sessions. Let's set the record straight. When Sigma females talk to themselves, they're not losing their minds. They're finding clarity. They're not lonely. They're connected to their innermost thoughts. And no, they're not weird. They're wired differently. We're going to unpack this intriguing habit with 10 powerful insights that will have you nodding, laughing, and maybe even reevaluating how you perceive yourself. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a notebook, and settle in, because this one's going to be good. And hey, before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe to join our growing community of deep thinkers, dreamers, and Sigma enthusiasts. Let's get into it. Number 1, the power of self-reflection. Sigma females are walking, talking mirrors. When they talk to themselves, they're diving into the deep end of self-reflection. Think of it as hitting the pause button on life to ask, what just happened and what can I learn from it? For example, after a tough day at work, a Sigma female might say aloud, okay, that meeting was a disaster. What went wrong? Did I communicate clearly? What can I do differently next time? This isn't self-criticism, it's self-coaching. Psychologists have found that self-reflection enhances emotional intelligence. Dr. Tasha Eurich, author of Insight, Why We're Not as Self-Aware as We Think, and How Seeing Ourselves Clearly Helps Us Succeed, argues that introspection is key to personal growth. Sigma females are ahead of the game because they don't just think, they articulate. Beautiful people, self-reflection isn't just about looking back. It's about moving forward with wisdom. Start those conversations with yourself. You might just become your own best guide. Number 2, strategic thinking at its best. Talking to themselves allows Sigma females to process plans out loud. It's their version of a strategy meeting, minus the awkward small talk and coffee breaks. Whether it's organizing their week, planning a career move, or preparing for a tough conversation, Sigma females use self-talk to refine their strategy. Here's a relatable scenario. A Sigma female rehearsing for a job interview might say, okay, when they ask about my biggest strength, I'll highlight my problem-solving skills. If they ask about weaknesses, I'll frame it positively. This verbal rehearsal builds confidence and clarity. A study by sports psychologist Antonis Hatzigeorgiadis found that athletes who engage in positive self-talk perform better. Sigma females harness this power daily, making it their secret weapon in achieving their goals. Beautiful people, when life feels overwhelming, talk through it. Plan your moves like a Sigma, out loud and with purpose. Number 3, emotional regulation in action. Sigma females know the value of keeping emotions in check. Talking to themselves helps them navigate the stormy seas of life with grace. They verbalize frustrations, acknowledge fears, and celebrate victories, all in their own company. Picture this. A Sigma female stuck in traffic might say, okay, this is annoying, but getting worked up won't change anything. Let's put on some good music and enjoy the ride. It's simple, but it transforms stress into calm. Clinical psychologist Dr. Ethan Kross, in his book Chatter, The Voice in Our Head, Why It Matters, and How to Harness It, explains that addressing oneself in the third person during self-talk can create psychological distance, making it easier to manage emotions. Sigma females intuitively apply this principle, keeping their cool when others might lose it. Beautiful people, emotional regulation isn't about ignoring your feelings. It's about steering them. Talk yourself through the tough times and watch how much stronger you become. Number 4, the creative boost. Self-talk fuels creativity, turning Sigma females into idea factories. When they brainstorm out loud, they're essentially giving their imagination free rein. For instance, a Sigma female working on a passion project might say, what if I combine this idea with that one? Oh, and add this twist. These vocalized thoughts often lead to breakthrough ideas. Even famous creatives like Albert Einstein and Frida Kahlo were known for their self-conversations. Creativity thrives in solitude, and self-talk amplifies it. Beautiful people, don't be afraid to bounce ideas off yourself. Your best collaborator might just be you. Number 5. Self-affirmation and confidence building. Sigma females know how to hype themselves up. They don't wait for compliments. They give them freely. You might catch one saying, "I nailed that presentation. I'm proud of myself." This isn't arrogance, it's affirmation. By speaking positivity into their lives, Sigma females build unshakable confidence. According to research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, self-affirmation reduces stress and boosts performance. Sigma females tap into this science daily, ensuring they remain grounded and empowered. Beautiful people, never underestimate the power of affirming yourself. Speak life into your dreams and watch them flourish. Number 6. Mastering independence. Independence is the hallmark of a Sigma female, and self-talk is her training ground. When faced with decisions, she consults herself first, trusting her instincts over external opinions. For example, if a friend suggests a risky investment, she might say aloud, "Does this align with my goals? What's the worst-case scenario? Can I handle it?" By reasoning out loud, she ensures her choices are intentional. Beautiful people, trust yourself enough to seek your own advice. Independence starts with believing in your own judgment. Number 7. Social detox. Reclaiming your inner peace. For Sigma females, social interactions can feel like running a marathon, rewarding at times but also exhausting. Talking to themselves is their secret escape hatch, a way to decompress, filter through the emotional baggage, and reconnect with their inner peace. After all, silence is golden, but a good self-conversation? That's platinum. Imagine this. A Sigma female returns home after a crowded networking event. The smiles, handshakes, and endless small talk were draining. She sits down and says aloud, "Wow, that was intense. Okay, who really made an impact? What can I learn from tonight? And most importantly, how do I recharge?" This self-check-in isn't just therapeutic, it's essential. Dr. Lori Helgo, a psychologist and author of Introvert Power, Why Your Inner Life is Your Hidden Strength, explains that introspection isn't avoidance, it's replenishment. Sigma females, often introspective by nature, instinctively know that time alone isn't just a preference. It's their lifeline to creativity and clarity. Even elite performers like Bill Gates schedule Think Weeks, where they retreat from social interaction to reflect and innovate. Sigma females are doing their own mini version of this daily, using self-talk to process and refocus. Beautiful people, if you feel overwhelmed by the world, carve out moments to reconnect with yourself. Talking to yourself isn't just normal. It's your reset button for navigating life with purpose. Number 8. Practicing boundaries. Mastering the art of no. Boundaries are the secret sauce of a healthy, fulfilling life, and Sigma females have perfected the recipe. Talking to themselves helps them rehearse these boundaries, ensuring they can communicate them with grace and authority when the time comes. Picture this. A Sigma female knows she's about to be roped into another voluntary task at work. Before the conversation, she practices out loud. "Thank you for thinking of me, but I've got my hands full right now. Maybe next time?" This rehearsal isn't just preparation, it's empowerment. Psychologist Dr. Henry Cloud, co-author of Boundaries, When to Say Yes, How to Say No to Take Control of Your Life, emphasizes that boundaries protect your priorities and energy. Sigma females understand that setting limits doesn't make you selfish, it makes you self-respecting. And here's the genius of their approach. By vocalizing their boundaries, Sigma females take the edge off potentially awkward conversations. It's like testing a recipe before serving it at a dinner party. You iron out the kinks in private. Oprah Winfrey famously said, "You only get what you have the courage to ask for." For Sigma females, their courage starts with practicing those asks aloud. Beautiful people, boundaries aren't barriers. They're bridges to a more balanced life. Start rehearsing your no today. It's the most liberating word you'll ever say. Number 9. Fighting self-doubt. Flipping the script on fear. Let's face it, self-doubt is a universal pest. But Sigma females have a unique way of swatting it away. When the voice of insecurity creeps in, they counter it with their own empowering dialogue. Self-talk becomes their armor, their pep talk, and their therapy session rolled into one. Consider this scenario. A Sigma female is preparing for a big presentation. Her inner critic whispers, "You're not ready for this. What if you mess up?" But instead of spiraling, she answers back, "Mess up? I practiced for weeks. I know this material like the back of my hand. I'm gonna own that stage." This isn't just positivity, it's neuroplasticity in action. According to Dr. Carol Dweck, a leading psychologist and author of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, how you speak to yourself can literally rewire your brain for resilience and success. Sigma females are proof of this theory. And let's not forget the humor they sprinkle in. A Sigma female might even joke with herself. Worst case, I trip on stage. At least I'll go viral. This levity diffuses tension, allowing her to focus on the bigger picture. Tennis legend Serena Williams credits positive self-talk as a cornerstone of her mental game, often reminding herself aloud of her strengths during high-pressure matches. Beautiful people, your inner critic isn't your boss. It's your employee. Train it to work for you, not against you. Speak your fears into submission and your strengths into existence. Number 10. The habit of excellence. Sharpening the blade. Excellence isn't a destination for Sigma females. It's a lifestyle. And talking to themselves is how they keep sharpening their blade. They analyze, critique, and celebrate their actions, always asking, "What's next?" Picture this. After completing a successful project, a Sigma female might sit down and say aloud, "This turned out well. But what can I tweak next time? Maybe streamline the process or delegate more effectively." This isn't nitpicking, it's refining. Renowned productivity expert James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, argues that small, consistent improvements lead to exponential results. Sigma females live this principle by using self-talk to identify those incremental upgrades. And they don't stop at critique. They celebrate too. "I crushed that. Let's take a moment to appreciate how far I've come." This balance between self-assessment and self-appreciation keeps them motivated without burning out. Steve Jobs famously said, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." Sigma females interpret this as a call to stay curious, humble, and committed to growth. Beautiful people, excellence isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Talk yourself into better habits one day at a time. Your future self will thank you. Having said this, beautiful people, self-talk isn't a quirk, it's a life skill. Sigma females use it to reflect, strategize, and grow. So next time you catch yourself in a solo conversation, embrace it. You're not weird, you're just unlocking your potential. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Sigma mindset, hit that like button and subscribe to join this empowering community. Let's keep growing, thriving, and living life with purpose. Until next time, stay true to yourself, and remember, you're your own greatest ally.